Hi, I'm Michael Simpson, one of the directors here at Visiting Angels, Northwest Valley, Phoenix, Arizona. One of the things I want to talk about today is something that we find is very critical to our daily living, and that is the car keys. How can we live without these? Your parent or aging loved one feels the same way. That's why we've prepared this informational brochure, Talking with Older Drivers. It's jam-packed with some hints and tips for you when that discussion does come up. It's available on our website, homecareinarizona.com. And anytime you bring up the possibility of your aging parent giving up the car keys, putting the brakes in their driving, you're going to run into a lot of resistance. This is where they really are going to dig their heels in, because they realize that it's a loss of freedom for them. Because there is a certain amount, even though they're aging, that they like their mobility. They like to be able to go to the store when they want to. They like to be able to get to their doctor's appointments. They want their independence, and they definitely do not want to rely on others, be it family members or friends. So some of the things that you should think about before your talk is discuss how today's traffic, it's increased. There's a higher speed. They're constantly changing the flow of traffic. Yellow barricades, which way do you go? So there's a lot of issues with the safety aspects of driving. Also, there's many distractions along the road. There are buses, there's ambulances, of course, there's emergency responders. Aging means slower reflexes. They're not going to want to admit that. They will admit sometimes to some vision or hearing issues. So those are some of the things you want to bring up when you're talking to your aging loved one. But before you talk, I want you to be an observer, be a detective. Take a look at their car. See if there's any new scratches on it, see if there's any new dents, whatever. And you need to involve the other family members in this, exactly what you plan to talk about with your parent, so you can get them on board with you. And you have to talk about the different transportation alternatives if they would give up their driving. Some of the things that are easily brought up are safety issues. How would they feel if they got in an accident and hurt somebody? Think about the money that they would save if they didn't have to pay for maintenance. What about gas, insurance, and the ongoing cost of keeping up an automobile? It could be several $1,000s a year, and what could they use that money for that could further enrich their lives? I want you to involve them in family meetings too, and bring in the other members of the family, and let's talk about this, but let's not get confrontational. You have to respect their need to make decisions for their own life. We just want to help them come to the right conclusion. Now, there are some options as far as the outcome. You might discuss, as far as a fallback position, maybe reducing driving to start with, and maybe not totally giving up altogether. What hours can they drive? You know, morning drive time, afternoon drive time, and nighttime driving is probably out of the question. So maybe just 10 to noon, and maybe 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. If you get much later in the day, then you run into a lot of traffic with school buses all of a sudden stopping and red lights flashing. What are they going to do there? So how far can they drive? So if they are close to the store, maybe say, okay, twice a week you can drive down to the store. But if their doctor is over on the other side of town, maybe you should make other arrangements. And if they're on board with all these alternatives, it's going to help all the way along the line. Bring in family, friends, and church resources. A lot of time churches have vans where they'll pick people up and take them to their doctor's appointments. The city might have alternatives for you also. At some point, there'll have to be a decision made. What happens that would initiate handing over the car keys? Would it be an accident? Hopefully not. Would it be something, you have to question them about their confidence too, and as far as being able to see and hear what's going on. Another alternative is to hire a home care agency that provides transportation. And Visiting Angels Northwest Valley, we can take care of that. And we provide caring and compassionate caregivers. They're experienced in the caregiving field. We do severe background checks, both local and national, and they have to have a lot of experience working with the elderly. There's a whole bunch of services we provide: 24-hour care, meal preparation, light housekeeping, errands, doctor's appointments, that type of thing. Also, there's a ton of connections that we have, additional support that's available to you on our website, homecareinarizona.com. But I just want you to realize that Visiting Angels Northwest Valley, we want to be your resource for caregiving. We want to help you out. Like I said, we're dedicated to helping the family caregiver. If there's anything we can do, please give us a call, send us an email, and remember, together we can make a difference in your senior's life. Thank you very much.